Everybody, Brian Colin here, ready to unbox some of Atmar's Cardography production samples. I believe inside this box we have the first 5 dungeon decks, as well as the booster pack that has dead ends, and also some of the shipping packaging, hopefully, that will go to retailers. So, I've got the box here, just came in, and let's go ahead and pop this thing open. I'm so excited to see how these turned out. I mean, the proofs that we saw, the physical proofs, looked fantastic, so I know this is going to look really great. Yes, okay, we've got some bubble wrap. My kids will totally enjoy that. All right, looks like we have 2 different pieces in here. Let's go ahead and take these out and move the box aside. Okay, I can tell this is a lot lighter. This is heavier, so this is probably going to be the main deck. So let's go ahead and open this one up. Now, if everything looks awesome here, which I'm guessing it will, they will go ahead and get everything loaded up on the boats and get things ready to ship. Okay, we've got 1 roll of bubble wrap. Let's see where it's taped here. Just gonna use a little bit of a knife to slice that open. All right. Woo! This is going to be the little shipper box, which it's probably not as exciting to you, but to me, that is thrilling. Let's see what happens when we pop this open like that. Woo! Looky there. All right. Very nice. So this, for retail stores, is going to be able to contain 6 decks. All right, now we've got the packaging. So we've got boxes, we've got tape on the edge here, and then they're not wrapped, which I thought they were going to be wrapped, so I'm going to have to talk to them about that. But we've got the first Fiery Pits deck. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to wait to open this one. Just want to go through. We've got the Below the Forest of the Dead, which is looking pretty nice. Here we go. Here's the Fiery Pits. Let's go ahead and let's do them in order. So we've got deck 1. We have deck 2, Break Through the Icy Divide. See some of the adjustments from the initial print run with the decks. Those are looking pretty good. Number 3, we've got Tunneling the Waiju Mines. Number 4, we have Survive the Badlands. Looking pretty good. Let's go back. We'll go back through these all a little bit slower in just a minute. And then we have Below the Forest of the Dead. So, looking at each deck individually, checking out the packaging, making sure everything seems to look good on here. Got barcodes on the bottom, got all the safety information. Same thing with the Icy Divide. Everything should be pretty much consistent from deck to deck based on the files I sent over. Number 3. All right. I'm really digging how these are going to look when they're all lined up together. Got some nice color variation here. That one went a little dark, but that's okay because it is the Forest of the Dead. You see the cover there went a little extra dark on the edges, but I think that's going to be all right. So we've got a nice selection there. We've got the titles on the side here. And this package here, if we had 6 decks in here, that would look really, really sharp. That's going to be a nice display box to be able to sit on the counter at your local gaming shop. Whew. All right. Ooh, that is fancy. All right, now let's dive into the booster packs and see how this turned out. Now I'm guessing hopefully there will be some booster packs in here, along with just the package. I can't imagine there's going to be enough to fill this up, because I would imagine this would be a lot heavier if this box was filled. I was kind of hoping it would be filled just so I could get an idea as to how this display works. Now let's cut it and be a little more gentle than me just tugging at it. Okay, so this is how this is going to come to a retailer. Now, all of you that backed this and got the stretch goal, you'll just get one of these packs unless you added some of those on. I want to go ahead and see how this ends up looking all taken apart and put together. There we go, get the saran wrap off. It's a little wonky because it's got this bubble wrap in instead of the decks. All right, got this booster pack. And we're going to tuck this in here, like this. And then the booster packs just slide in like that. I was a little worried about the size because when I was originally doing the files, I thought this was extra wide because if you look at a deck of cards, that fits in there with a whole lot of room. But these booster packs have extra give in them. I guess that is for the, I guess that's for the tear, so that the tear doesn't go along the side of the cards, because if you're holding it here, that gives a little bit of breathing room. I'm really happy with how this packaging printing turned out. I think this is looking pretty sharp. I think this is really, really nice. So, should we go ahead and open one of these up? I'm going to open this because it's already in my hands, and I think that's going to feel pretty fun to tear into. Tearing it open, and we get the dead ends. Ooh, these cards are nice. They feel good. The quality of the paper is good. Everything seems to look like it's lined up properly on the printing of the rooms, the tiles at the edge of the card, the squares. These are going to be some bonus dead ends for anybody that's playing these adventures or using the decks for their homebrew. Oh yes, the dead ends are set. You can just randomly shuffle those up. Now that we've got that, let me move some of this out of the way. And let's go ahead. We'll open up one at a time and see what happens. I'm just going to use my knife to, well, let's see. Let's see what happens when I peel the sticker tape off and see how that treats the box. Okay, that sticker, peeling it gently, didn't remove any of the printing or anything else on it. Popping this box open. Got the nice flood of color on the inside of the box. That was really important to me. And inside, the individual card packs are shrink wrapped. So I'm just going to pop this open. Now these, because we had the first two decks printed before, this should be pretty similar to everything else that we've already done. There shouldn't be a whole lot of difference, except these cards, I think, are the paperweight's a slightly nicer finish. Yeah, these turned out really good. Let's feel the... Oh, that's got a good feel to it. Yeah, the quality of the printing on this stuff is fantastic. They did a really good job on these cards. So let's take a look at the booklet inside. So we've got our booklet here. There we go. Enter the Fiery Pits. It has information on where to download the module, and it's got all the short room descriptions. Fantastic. All right, overall, I think it's pretty good. I'm very happy with this, and if you wanted to put your, if you got the stretch goal and got the dead ends, you could always pull out some of the advertisement cards that we put in there and swap them out with the dead ends cards and put those back in here. I personally always tend to have trouble putting booklets back in card decks. It's just, I need to be a little more patient with it. Let's pop this up. Now, one thing that I love about this deck, this box, versus the previous ones we printed, it has a slightly more, the finish that's on it is a nice matte material that gives it a really good feel. I really like how those feel. Okay, break through the icy divide. Shall we do the same? Just make sure everything's nice and pretty. Sticker pops off real easy. Opens up nice. We've got that flood of blue on the inside. Again, there's the booklet inside. Just going to cut that open with my knife. Let's go ahead and keep that pretty and in view. Sorry about the constant boom, boom, boom focus of my camera. Logitech does not seem to want to focus on my computer anymore. Ha. Look at that. Those blues are so rich and so vibrant. Colors look good. What's in this dungeon? You'll find out when you play the module. Let's see. Let's put these back in here. I think those look great, and I knew what those cards would look like, so I don't really need to go through each one right now. There we go. And so let's put these out in a row. Then we'll go ahead. Let's get into tunneling the Waiju mines. It's awesome because right now I'm going through and editing the current draft of the module for tunneling the Waiju mines. So I'm very familiar with this one at the moment. Oh yeah, I like the color on these cards. One of the things that I wanted to do when putting the different decks together was make sure that each different deck looked a lot different on the individual cards, because we wanted it to each have its own feel and kind of go with the theme of the deck. Whew. I really like the feel of this deck of these decks of cards. The paper is really nice. But here, as you zoom in, you can see that this is in the Waiju mines. It's very, very cool. I dig these a lot. Very nice. And again, it's got the booklet inside with the link on the booklet to where the adventure module will be. Slow and steady wins the race. I'm going to put this one back in this deck. And this has the nice kind of golden color inside the box. Turn that one over here. Then we're going to go into the deck number 4, Survive the Badlands. Got a gray scroll on the back of this one. And I need better fingernails to pull that off. There we go. And still, the sticker didn't have too much adhesive on it to make it difficult to remove. Pull that open. Flood of purple on the inside. Ooh. I really like the color of these cards. I like that it's so different than everything else in it. Kind of helps go with kind of all the funhouse dungeony traps feel that this adventure module is going to have to it. So again, the coloration on this, although in the PDFs it looked very super bright purple, it's muted down a little bit just because of how the printing process works. But I really like how this has turned out. The cards look good, the placement's looking good on how the rooms connect together. This is gonna be a great adventure to run through. Ooh, watch out. Watch out, there's a terrifying mouth at the end of that tunnel. Very cool. Okay, so we've gotten our first 4. Then we're going to do our 5th one. We also have an NPC deck, a monster deck, a magic item deck, and a traps deck that's currently over in the process right now, but we wanted to go ahead and get these taken care of because we know we want to get as many of these out to people as we can. And now for Beneath the Forest of the Dead. Alright. Didn't realize my cord was just all in view, and let's go ahead and let's bring this one back over here. Get everything nice and lined up so you can see it all. Oh hey, there's a little ribbon right here that you can peel and tear it around, which of course I wasn't using, I was just using my knife, but that makes it even easier for should make it even easier for opening those things up. And here we go with Beneath the Forest of the Dead. This is a much darker adventure. Evil and terror lurks below the forest. I'm real happy with how these cards turned out. Really looks and feels fantastic. They've got a great feel to the paperweight. All in all, I'm thoroughly pleased with how these have turned out. I can't wait to get these into everybody's hands and get people playing the adventures set in Cardography. So there we have everything. I'll go ahead and tilt this back a little bit so you can see this as a display box in case anybody's interested in asking their retail shops to carry them, as well as the booster pack. There we go. Everybody that's tuned in, thank you for watching. I will put additional updates into the comments when we make this post so that you know other things that are happening with the Kickstarter campaign and fulfillment. Again, thanks for tuning in to the Atmar's Cardography unboxing. Hope to see you all soon.